Welcome to the Bronx Hip Hop Oral History Project. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. I am Pastor Crespo Jr., the research librarian and archivist for the Bronx County Historical Society. Today, I am joined by Jerry Mays, a dancer, a breaker, a b-boy, and a Bronx pioneering writer. Welcome, Jerry.
Welcome. How are you?
Great. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. I know that you did an interview for the Aerosol Arts documentary project, but we never touched on your dancing,
All right.
As much as we should have.
Yes.
So let's talk about your breaking and street dance career. But like we begin all of our projects, we like to find out who you are. Talk to us about your family background, where your parents come from.
Okay. My mom is from North Carolina, Raleigh. My dad from Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico. I'm born and raised in the BX, South Bronx, Southern Boulevard, Bronx, New York.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And did your father ever talk about Puerto Rico, where he was from on the island, and tell you any stories about the old days?
Wow, I can't recall too much. I've never really spoken to my father about Puerto Rico, so I don't really have that history like that.
Got it.
But I've spoken to him more like about New York City, stuff like that, and
All right.
yeah.
Cool. And how about your mom, real quick, in Raleigh, North Carolina?
My mom's, wow. My mom's she was church choir. She was a singer. There's three sisters that were known as the Williams sisters.
Can you say their names?
Helen Williams, Helena Williams, and Thelma Williams, I would say, yeah. They were singing in a church, a choir. Their father wanted them to go to school, so they were really popular, known. And because he wanted them to go to school, they couldn't travel, but they wanted them to travel and be popular, but that didn't happen.
Awesome. And did either of your parents ever tell you how they got to New York and why?
My mother, she tried to escape from her dad. Her dad didn't let her really do what they wanted her to do and stuff like that. So I guess she and my aunt, the twin sister, they ran to New York, and my other aunt left to Philly. So they found their pairs, and they
Got
went on. Yeah.
Get it. And so where were you raised at?
Me, I was raised in West Farms, Freeman, Longfellow, South Bronx, 172nd, Longfellow. I was raised there since born and raised, and then I left the neighborhood in 75, I believe.
Okay.
But I was born there. Yeah.
Got it. So, wow, up to 75. Do you have any memories?
I got a
of that
lot.
neighborhood?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Nah,
You were pretty young, though, 75. How old were you?
I was middle young, like I would say 7, 8 years old around that time. I was starting to get to know.
Okay.
But I was out in the streets. I was hanging out,
Yeah.
playing baseball, ringolevia, basketball, tag, skelsies, doing kids thing at that time. Kick the can, running bases, punch ball, all that stuff. So,
Awesome.
that's what it was. That's what it was back then. Stick ball. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we didn't have iPhones and iPads to stick our heads in.
nah, we ain't had none of that stuff. That wasn't thought of. We would never have that back then. Yeah. So that's what it was like. It was a lot of fun, and it was creative fun. And we would build stuff, go-karts, skateboards, whatever, a piece of wood and some wheels, and a milk crate.
Uh-huh.
And we learned how to make go-karts.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? If not, we were playing with big wheels and all that other stuff like that. But yeah.
All right. Now, where'd you move to after 75?
I moved to a spot called Longwood Avenue.
Longwood Avenue.
Yeah, Southern Boulevard, Longwood Avenue. Yes, Fox Street, Longwood.
All right. That's
Kelly.
Hunts Point area. That's
Yes.
Yeah. Got it. Everyone knows those streets. Fox, Tiffany, Intervale.
Yeah.
That whole Banana Kelly area.
Yes. Which I saw being built.
Really?
Those are one of the very first houses that were rebuilt in the South Bronx, along with the building where I live in, which is the first rebuilt building in the South Bronx.
God, yeah. You're 8 and 9 years old. You're in your new neighborhood. Hunts Point, Longfellow area.
Yeah.
What was it like? Tell me. What were the sounds you heard when you came outside? What did you see? What were people doing? The activities on the street? Give us a snapshot.
When I was on Longfellow, I was already listening to music because I had the guy on the 5th floor. His name was Jimmy, rest in peace. He was a bachelor, some type of gang member. Royal Bachelors, or I can't remember, Immortal something, whatever it was, but he had his gang colors. But he would play the music from the 5th floor for us on the front of the building so we could dance. So we was his crowd, me, my cousin, a couple of little kids in the neighborhood, so we would dance while he played the speaker out the window. Yeah.
Nice. You had your own personal DJ in your front stoop.
Yeah. So then when we moved out of there, I went to Longwood. And I ran into some more elderly guys that were like 18, 17. I was only like 13. And
those were adults to us back then.
Yeah, they were like, oh, this guy dances. So they like, because I was dancing. I learned dancing from this guy named Jasper, which was Royal Javelin in Longfellow. And he was one of the best dancers, as I was told. And he was a hustle dancer, and he taught me how to rock. So as I went to Longwood, the guys that were rocking saw that I knew how to rock at 13. They were like, yo, this kid is nice.
Got it.
So they put me under the arm and be like, yo, you down with me, and we're gonna make routines, we're gonna dance, and everywhere I went, people wanted to dance with me because I was good at it.
All right. When was the first year you saw someone rock dancing?
Well, like I said, Jasper was the one that I saw, which was in-house. So he was a DJ plus music and all that stuff. So a devastating hustler from what I was told. Ipanema and all that stuff.
Club Ipanema?
Yeah, 310 or whatever. And all these clubs from back in the days. But Jasper was the one that showed me how to rock. So I got it from him. He was like, yo, because I was into Michael Jackson. I was into James Brown. And I used to dance. My teacher was like, oh, let me see what you can do today. So she would put me up, stand up, show everybody what you know how to do. So she gave me like 2 or 3 minutes, and she would, okay, good. And after that, she would give me a cookie and a milk. I'm talking about first grade. I'm 6 years old, 7 years old.
Got it.
6 years, 7 years old, because, Michael Jackson was my influence. So,
Awesome.
Yeah. So when I got to Longwood, these guys were like, yeah, this guy's good. So I would go to the jams, and they would put me out to dance in front of people.
Got it. So, just to get it right, because I know that there are different styles of rock dancing, right? You have the much respect to Enoch and Papo, who did that freestyle rock dance, in the clubs, The rock dance that you did, was it more outlaw street rocking, more burning, jerking?
Well, as I saw these guys on Tiffany Street, 75, I would say. 1975, 76. They, Chuck City, Longwood, some gangsters, Savage Skulls, some Chingalings, and, whoever, gangs that had their gang colors and their jackets and all that.
Yeah.
Everybody would come to that Tiffany spot where the church is at and St. Athanasius.
Right.
Right there. That was actually the spot where rocking was, like, for me, rocking was created right there. For me. I don't know for anybody else. But I didn't, at that time I was only like I said, I was like 11, 12, 13. So I'm in their circle looking at them. At the same time, not wanting to get in the circle because they were good.
Right.
So you have to be good, but these guys were older, so I didn't get in because I felt like I was too small and they wouldn't respect me.
Were they at the St. Athanasius? Was it like a rec room, the basement?
It was a street.
Right outside.
The street was closed.
That's that big. It's still closed today.
Right.
To
So
traffic.
that little area right there, which the DJ Dice will play on top of the garage. They has a garage right there. He'll play on the top of the roof of the garage while we be dancing outside in the front of the middle of the street. But the streets, no cars would go by there. It was abandoned, closed, or whatever. Stuff
It's still a shutdown street.
Yeah. So that's where I saw, my mentors dancing, and that's where I got a grip of this is what I want to do. And I saw some guys that were like two brothers that were twins, blondish hair, green eyes, and these guys had the dance down pat.
Got it.
And these guys had afros, and I was like, yo, I want to do what they doing. Like, these guys, the way they spin, the way they go down, I was like, the routines they had, and I was like, wow, that's what I want to do. And since I picked up on that, and then I see myself doing that, and I'm practicing with my boys I'm on with, the Longwood crew, so,
Got it.
we became partners, and even though they were older, I was younger, but I knew how to rock with them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at that time, I would say it was hustle rock.
All right, talk to me about that.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
mean, hustle rock?
Hustle rock was more like a rock coming from hustlers.
Like a Latin hustle?
Right, like it's a sort of a style of a hustle dance, but it's more of a single dancer doing rocking moves that in between look like rock and hustle. So these were hustlers that were rocking,
Got it.
and they would do routines, 2 or 3 man routines.
Okay.
So it was a little different than what you see today. I mean, people, I don't know, I haven't seen really routines. If they are, not the routines like I saw back then, but yeah, it was a popular dance. It was a popular dance. Those who was into dancing was either rocking or hustling.
Got it. And in your memory, when did the hustle begin? And when did it kind of phase out?
I would say the hustle began with
From Jerry Mays' experience.
exactly, yeah, from 75, 76. Maybe the Latin Hustle was a record that was popular at the time. Tangerine.
All right.
What other record? Wow, so many. Go Straight to the Bank. Let's go straight to the bank. Disco Nights. Oh man, it's so many.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So, and that's awesome. Is there anything that I missed on the rock dance history that you like to talk about?
Well, I mean, it was like you said. It was like for me, I saw rock dance at different styles. I saw rock dance. Well, you shoot me, I shoot you. I'll stab you, you stab me. I'll hit you with a bat, whatever, swing, and do like different, moves that'll make you feel uncomfortable, so that it looked like a battle. So that was more like going at each other.
Got it.
And then you got the hustle rock that was more style dances. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's like you dance in a style, I dance in a style. I want to see what your style is like, and you're going to see my style, right?
Yep.
We could come at each other, but we're not going to disrespect each other. So that's the style that I did. I never did the style where you disrespect somebody, because I didn't want nobody coming up in my face. You know what I mean? So
holding the crotch,
right, doing all that crazy stuff. So I was doing rocking as I knew of my experience. You know, you have different styles of rocking. Like I said, there were people probably doing burns and jerks and different style. The different style had different places. You might have been from the Bronx. You had one style. Bronx had their own style.
Got it.
You know what I mean? I mean, we had similar styles, but like I said, I don't know what happened in other places at other times. I wasn't there.
Right.
I only know what with my circle what was going on. So,
cool. And you were a breaker, right?
I turned into a b-boy. Yes, after the rocking, I turned into a b-boy because I felt like that was the next step to that dance. You know what I mean? It's like that's how you progress. You go from A to B, and now you become a floor dancer, and now you get on the floor and you start doing that circle or 6 steps, and you follow what was what was happening at the time. So that was the style, and at the time, 78, 79.
That's the first time you saw someone breaking, or first time you tried it?
I saw somebody breaking in St. Athanasius Park when we used to play basketball. The basketball course where DJ Dice was also DJing again.
Got it.
Which his brother was the one that went down, and his name was Greg.
Got it.
Yeah, and he went down, and I saw him go down, and I'm like, what is that? And then he put a circle around him where everybody came in a circle, and everybody was like, what is he doing?
Right.
So we were all like, and I was a kid. I'm only 13, 14. And I'm like, I want to see what he's doing. I'm like, this look interesting. I was like, yo, how you do this? And maybe like a year, 2 years later, it started getting popular in my area.
Got it.
And then going out to parties and events, people were starting to do this dance. And I'm like, okay, so this is what's going on. So I got to follow the trend.
Got it.
So that's what I did. And then I went into doing floor moves and trying to be gymnast and getting into the style, and it brought me friends and attention.
Got it.
I made a lot of friends because I was okay and good at what I was doing.
Were you in middle school when you started breaking?
I could say I left elementary.
Which elementary did you go to?
IS 52.
IS 52, intermediate school 52.
Yes. Which I did a rap show, and I was 13 years old. And I'm the first MC to do a rap show in a school at that time, 1981, 82.
Wow, it'd be nice if they got that in the yearbook or a talent show.
I'm looking for
newsletter.
I'm looking for the pictures or the film. I'm looking for it to see if, because that was a memorable time, a day.
Right.
That's something that's historical. Like, I'm on the mic with my boy playing Heartbeat in the back with the drums.
Okay.
And I'm rhyming to Heartbeat. And the whole school is up in the air. They standing up, clapping, teachers, everybody. And I'm like, I got control of everybody here. And I'm like, I felt like I was doing a good thing. It's something that, is history. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
yeah, if I can get that that footage or film, that would be great. And I need to go back to the school to speak on that. Yeah.
Don't let them turn you away, man.
Nah, man.
Ask them to go to the basement.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to the basement, these schools.
Yeah. So I'm really interested in getting that footage, and that'll really like lock in my history, because I'm only 13 years old then.
Right.
So that's like, and I was a skater, so I did a skating show. Then after that, I did a rap show, the MC show. But
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so, were you more of a lone wolf type breaker when you battled, or did you end up joining a crew?
Well, I had people that wanted me to join crews, but I was never really into joining a crew. I was basically more like a leader. I didn't want to be like follow. I never wanted to be a follower.
Got it.
So in my dance history, I never followed. Like I watch people and I learn styles, but as being a follower and being down with crews, I felt like that was like a way to not be yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you just wanted to learn from other people and be with other people to get a rep. So I made my own reputation by myself as who I am. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So yeah.
Now, at home, what kind of music did your parents listen to that influenced this young 13-year-old, even earlier dancer, but now you're a breaker?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of music influenced you? You kind of touched a little bit on it, but what did your parents listen to that influenced you? Or older siblings?
Yeah. Well, I had cousins that I could go back to like maybe 69 and 70 or whatever, 72, where my cousins was Elvis Presley, doo-wop. They would sing in the hallways.
Right.
My mother was, I'm sorry, okay, so my mother was an Al Green fan.
Okay.
Al Green all the time. My father, they played Spanish, they played the Fania All-Stars. I was in the building when all these parties came about in the house, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I got a taste of everything.
Right.
So 10 o'clock at night, I'm listening to doo-wop in the hallways where my cousins are. They practicing. You know, they got a little group, a band that they practice every other day or whatever in the hallways. On top of that, the guy had
Cousins on the Williams side?
The Spanish side.
The Spanish side.
Right. So it was a mixture of blacks and Ricans. They were old timers. They were all OGs, gangsters, but they were into the doo-wop thing. You know, trying to get a record deal and trying to make it big. You know, the doo-wop was big at that time.
Right.
So my father was a dancer. My mother was a singer. My brother was a DJ. So I was always into music. My brother DJed since he was 14, and I was only 7 years old.
Wow.
So I had DJ equipment in my house since then, 1974, 73. So that's I learned music since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. I know music since I was 6, 7 years old.
Can you think back and just kind of put yourself at one of those family gatherings in your home or one of your family's homes and just talk about what's going on? You know?
Titi, abuela, titi, tia, pops, uncles, we all in cousins, my older cousins, they all in one room. We all together in one room, in one apartment, and everybody just eating and drinking and family oriented thing, Latin, Latino vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have people that came over that was from the area, knock on the door and be like, yo, hey, ¿qué pasa? What's going on? And it's a great event. And I mean, as a kid, I'm just like, I'm all over the place. And then they're like, Jerry, man, come dance with me. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I wasn't into the salsa thing, but they would make me.
Right.
They were like, yo, bang. And baila conmigo. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I had no choice.
Yeah.
But thank God that happened because I'm salsero also,
Right.
So not only do I dance English, but I dance Spanish too. And I know how to dance to the music. It's not like, so yeah, that's like how it was over there.
Got it. And kind of sticking at home, what were your meals like, your favorite meals?
Pork chops, rice and beans, steak, rice and beans. If we didn't have that, grilled cheese or whatever, there was times there wasn't none of that stuff,
Right.
But Kool-Aid, you know what I mean? Ponche,
Right.
Welch's punch, cafe, coffee, whatever, but
Got it.
there was times where there was no food, you know what I mean? So we didn't have it like that, but we made it through, Right. We would fight. We would fight for food. You know, my older cousins, be like, "Yo, don't touch my food." You know, and my brother come and say, "What's to eat?" And my cousin be like, "Don't touch my food." You know what I mean? But yeah,
I used to tell my little brother the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Yo, there better be something left for me.
That's right. Yep. And a strong voice.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
for sure, for sure. Now, you talked about Jasper being your mentor in the rock dance. You know, did you have any mentors in the breaking b-boy world?
Actually, I was well. When I saw Greg, he's like somebody that I first seen, and then I started getting more into it, and then I knew that Bambaataa was at Roxy's and Islam was at Roxy's, and that's where the Zulu Nation and all that started happening.
Okay.
And that's where the battles was happening on Friday and Saturday nights. And I would go there and just watch. And I try to learn who was who and who was better than who and what crews was the freshest and who was number one, number two, you know, Floor Masters, Rocksteady, Dynamic, you know, like all these early crews that I was like, wow, this is big. Like it's getting bigger and bigger as we talk. You know what I mean?
Now this is the Roxy, right? Everybody, you know, remembers the Roxy. If you were a breaker or a b-boy and you didn't go there,
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you missed out. Yeah, you definitely missed out.
You know, around what years were the first time you went to the Roxy? I know I was at the Roxy as
Okay.
a 12, 13-year-old.
Okay.
Sneaking in with Scrambler Feet Rockers.
Okay. Oh, I remember Scrambling Feet. Yes,
You know,
yes.
You know, very early on
Okay,
in those days.
yes.
Tell me about, did you battle at the Roxy and against whom?
I was, like I said, I was more like just watching and experiencing and trying to get better at my craft. So, I mean, if I had to battle, I would battle, but I wasn't really there to battle because it was more like a crew thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you had a crew and you was there and you get down and you go down and okay, cool, and you battle and you battle against crew, or not, next week there's a battle. You know what I mean? Next week there's a battle and either you come to watch the battle next week because these two crews are gonna battle. Right now they just did like a little, you know, like a little 2-minute thing where they like, okay, we'll do this next week and now we be prepared
Got it.
for the upcoming Friday or Saturday. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then I would just go to be more like watching and stuff like that because I was into the boogie, but I was breaking. Like I was confused. I was so many different people at one time. I was booging, breaking, and I didn't know which to choose. You know,
You just like the dance.
I just wanted to dance, but I wanted to do everything. I want to do everything, and that's to this day. I'm still learning to do whatever I can to do everything. So, you know, so that makes me who I am. I'm different. I have my own style, but I can dance many styles.
I'm not gonna rat you out, but I think I saw you over in Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know, with
okay.
the guys out there with
Okay.
King Up Rock.
Yes.
doing your
We
thing.
had a great time. Yeah. I remember that. Yes. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I wasn't at my best because I'm a little older now. I'm not as young as I used to be. But I can still get down with the young kids, and those are the ones that influence me. When I see a young kid get down, and I see that his style is so fresh that he's gonna make me look, you know, a little different, and I have to get in to show him that I can rock with him too. So they give me the respect. You know what I mean? So as long as they give me respect, that's all I want. You know, like this is what I'm showing you where you come from,
Got it.
because I was there before you was. So as long as you give me some love and be like, okay, yo, I see where you at. I say, okay, great, because I'm definitely watching you, and you're the one that influenced me
Got it.
to come out on this dance floor.
All right, you spoke about dances, you spoke about the 80s. You know, let's stick with the mid-80s, right? I don't like to go past 85.
Right.
You know, so what other street dances or dances related to the hip-hop world were out there, meaning the Cabbage Patch
Okay.
and so on? What were those 80s dances?
Well, I started. I can go back to the bus stop. You know what I mean? The
In
bus,
the 70s?
the mid '70s, yeah. And then Uh, the freak was popular with me, and
Okay.
the freak was a very popular dance for me. But like I said, it was mixed in between street dances and b-boying and electric boogie. So it was like there was certain music that you would do street dance, the freak or whatever, but then I would say you also had dances that were more like b-boying.
Okay.
So, you know, like different music would give you different.
Got it. I'm going to ask you a direct question about a dance, just so I can clarify any confusion. And you can let me know the first year you heard it, saw it, the WAP. When did that come out?
The WAP was probably, I would say, like early 80s, 82, 83, I would say. I don't want to get it wrong, but
Got it. Early 80s.
I don't have the
Sure.
correct. I don't want to be wrong, but I'm not.
Could it be mistaken for 75 before 75?
The WAP?
Yeah,
No.
Got it.
Definitely not.
definitely an 80s dance.
Yes.
All right, thank you. And I'll keep asking that to clarify with people.
Right. Maybe 79.
Okay.
Maybe 79. I don't want to be wrong, but
No, you got it.
Yeah. I don't remember that well, but I know. Like I said, the freak.
But it wasn't 71, 72,
No,
73,
no.
74.
The freak was one. The freak was the first popular street jam dance. The freak.
Got it.
The freak. Like where you went out to a jam and you did the freak. That was maybe like 78, 79.
Got it.
Where you went to a jam outside. Yo, do the freak.
Yeah.
The freak was popular. Then everything else came after that.
Got it.
Cabbage Patch, the WAP, and all these other stuff.
Pee Wee Herman.
Right. Well, that was ongoing 80s, whatever. Yeah, but.
Got it.
Mhm.
Got it. And the word B-boy, when's the first time you heard the word B-boy, and what did the B mean to you?
The first time I saw a guy that was walking down the block with his fireman pants. So bell bottoms with cuffs. Bell bottoms with high cuffs, like like maybe like a quarter of the knee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at this guy. He's walking down the block with his hat to the side or whatever, and he's walking like tilted sideways, and he's walking down the street like.
He's got a bop.
Yeah, he's got a bop, and I'm like, yo, what is that? Like, what was that attitude like? And I'm young. Right now. I could be maybe like 9 years old, and I'm watching this with my friend, and he's looking, and we looking, and I'm looking. I'm like, and he's telling me, yo, who the guy think he is? I'm like, wow, that's crazy. This guy must be like tough or something or whatever.
Right.
So that was like when I first saw anything that was kind of hip. I mean, before that, you had gangsters and you had gangs and all that, but this guy was actually like a b-boy type of hip.
Got it.
Like a hipster, like a cool, sort of like a pimp, but
Right.
in another way of the streets. You know what I mean? So this is when I saw somebody that was recognized for me as someone who was a B or a b-boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I've heard
the
lots.
the word b-boy to me it has different meanings. Like
All right.
Bronx b-boy or b-boy is somebody that's hip. That's somebody that was hip to the culture of the music. Somebody that was hip to James Brown, or if you was in the beat of the motion of funk and being hip. That's all it was. So b-boy could mean many things. Other people say breaking. Other people say Bronx, so it's a mixture of nobody really knows. Everybody just want to make claim,
Sure.
but nobody could really explain because one person knows, and maybe that person don't even know what he was
Yeah.
doing at the time. You know what I mean? But it's confusing. So you really can't. You could bring it on your own and say what you think it is, but nobody will never know the real meaning. It's just we called it B-boy, and that was it.
All right. Cool. Just trying to turn right back to the Roxy.
Right.
Was there a memorable battle that you witnessed at the Roxy? Or an event? Who was on stage? Performing.
Well, I was at the. I was in the movie B Street, but
All right, talk to us about that.
the New York City and Rocksteady. But I saw the big breakdance contest, so I wanted to actually be in it.
Okay.
But I didn't get involved because again I was dolo by myself. I was by myself. I didn't have a crew, but I actually had a chance to be a contestant.
Talk to us about that chance that you had.
It was just like the big break dance contest. You just sign up and whatever. You come on Friday or whatever that day was that they was having the contest, and you join in, and you hope to win a contest. But I saw all the contestants. I seen them there.
Got it.
So I was there for the breakdance contest, but I didn't join in.
Got it.
And I remember clearly, and I was like, wow, I was like, who's gonna win this battle? But like I said, I was a fan of dynamic rockers. They were like really well. They were great.
Yeah.
They were really great.
Respected dynamic. They were an old crew.
Yeah. The way they were like doing like air moves and these floor moves. They were doing the spins, the head spins, and the helicopter, and all this different things that I didn't see in many breakers. But these guys definitely were powerful. They were like a lot of the gymnastics,
Right.
and they had a lot of power moves. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Where the movie Beach Street, did they send any recruiters down to the neighborhood to talk to people to try to recruit people, or how'd you hear about that? Did you show up to the Roxy for the contest?
Actually, I didn't even know they had a contest for. Well, they did have the big breakdance contest. Was whoever gonna win was gonna get some type of deal. I think that's what it was. But because in my situation, I was scouted by the talent scouts,
Okay.
so I didn't really know what was going on. I just knew that they were telling me about some movie. They didn't tell me what movie it was. And when they saw me, they took my name and they took my information and they said, we're going to call you in about a week or two, and we just want you to come down at this place on 18th Street and happen to be the Roxy's. And I'm waiting for their call, and as I'm waiting for their call, I'm watching up and down in my neighborhood. I'm seeing these film trucks. And I'm like, they filming a movie here. What's the coincidence that I'm gonna be in a movie, but they filming a movie in my neighborhood? And as I'm coming out of work, I see these trucks, and I'm like, who's responsible for these trucks? Because I want to find out what's going on. What is this movie about in my neighborhood? So they filmed it there for 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm like, oh well, I didn't get to see nobody, so I really don't know. But when they called me down for the movie to come to the Roxy's, I'm like, wow. I'm like, I see New York City Breakers, I see Rocksteady, and I'm like, wait a minute. I don't understand why I'm the one who got chosen for this movie, but I also see other B-boys in a Winnebago truck and all that, and I'm like, so I see people that I know, and I go up to them, and I'm like, yo, why y'all here? And they're like, oh, we doing this movie, and I'm like, how y'all doing this movie when I was doing this movie, and I was one of the first ones to be picked. Me and my friends, a couple of my boys from my school, and some other people that came through there. And then I was like, this is not adding up. So the talent agent that hired me, I'm like, why am I hired to be a dancer, but you got other guys dancing over there in New York City and Rocksteady? So she was like, I don't know what's going on, but I know here's the Puma suits, here's the Pumas. You got to put all these suits on. And then right now it's like, what, how many of us? Maybe like 20 of us. Oh, we're going to separate y'all and we're going to have y'all dance. So I'm like, are we doing dancing like in groups or crew or what or whatever? So we're thinking we're going to be like, okay. But then when I noticed that there were more B-boys and these guys had a better rep. And I was like, oh, something's going on. So she was like, all right, I'm going to talk to Harry Belafonte, find out what's going on, and then I'll come back with some information. And she came back and told us, well, what's going on is that we're going to have you guys on the dance floor, and we're going to separate you guys, and you're going to be just on the crowd. I'm like, that doesn't add up to what you told us. You told us we were going to be like battling and something like that. So now they got them. They came into the movie. They hired them. I think it was like an emergency or something like that. They came out of nowhere. Michael Holman and New York City Breakers and Rocksteady, and it must have been like a last minute decision or something, or they just came like because we was already like planned for this. But then I think they came in and then they took the spotlight, and then we became extras in the movie.
Got it.
So they took me as an extra, which I was the first founder of B Street, and then they saw Robert Taylor come to my school, and he came to my school and he
Who's Robert Taylor?
Lee from B Street.
Got it.
So he came to my school, and he had heard there was an audition in my school. So the principal said, yo, let's do this tomorrow because we can't have the kids outside the school. So he got in touch with the principal somehow, and he got inside my school. He snuck in my school and went to the gym. And as he walked into the gym, and we all in the gym just dancing for the talent agents, he walks into the door and walks in the middle of the gym while we was auditioning, and the lady said, yo, who's that guy? For some reason, they just was looking for that guy. And as soon as he walked in, he got chosen to be who he was in the movie. And after that, it was over for me because I was supposed to be that him person.
Got it.
Until he walked in and took my spotlight.
Got it. Can we see you in Beach Street in the crowd? Is it kind of rough?
I'm in there, but it's only 2 1-second shots.
Right.
Like 1 second, 2 second shots. It's not like I'm nobody in the movie. I'm just an extra, you know. But like I said, yeah. But that's how it happened. Yeah. So Robert Taylor became the star of the show.
Got it.
Yeah. So we were like, oh well, you know.
Were you part of any other videos or any other movies?
I came out in Pope Greenwich Village with Mickey Rourke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was an extra there for dancing, and me and my boys also. I got hired for that. I did Madonna, audition for Madonna, Papa Don't Preach, video, radio station, 98.7 Kids. I danced with Eddie Rivera. So, you know, I've done a few things. Got it.
Yeah. Let's go back to the block. You know, in your mind, because I have my most memorable jam back in the block. What's back in your block? The jam that just kind of sticks in your head when you think about, oh man, back in the days we were rocking and breaking. I remember this jam.
Actually, trying to think. Apache, Bongo Rock. was big. Those are like the songs that really Scorpio.
Okay.
You know, and then the other jams like the park jams and all that. But before the park jams, is more like
Which are the most memorable park jams, street jams, church jams?
Blow Your Head, Bongo Rock, Apache again, Have a Nice Day.
No, the actual event. The actual, they're jamming over in St. Anthony's. Do you remember an actual event?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, talk to us about your most memorable and what's going on.
Well, we had 75 Park on Hunts Point.
All right.
Which was that was a pioneer park where a couple of famous DJs like Flash Theodore came through there. The Bamboo Brothers, DJ Dice, Chuck City Crew. It was a bunch of crews in there, none but gangsters. Honestly, it was all gangsters, like crews and gangsters, and.
What DJs did you see or, at any of the jams, or did you, get to enjoy?
Well, DJ AJ Starsky, Busy B, St. Mary's,
Over in St. Mary's Record?
Yes, St. Mary's. They had that was more like that was his territory. DJ AJ, that was his territory.
Okay.
So we would go to dumb jams, and he would bring out Flash and Mercedes Lady, Zulu Nation, and Bronx River, Jazzy J, Red Alert, Islam.
Right.
Bam.
St. Mary's is also what they call Bachelor Nation.
Okay.
Surrounded by, different bachelor crews.
Right, okay.
Do you remember seeing them over at St. Mary's? Or hanging around the
Yeah, of
neighborhood?
course. Yes, of course. Yes. Like as far as gangs, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was, the area was full with. Every neighborhood had a gang. You had Dirty Dozen. You had the Bachelors, like you said. The Royal Javelins, the Chamberlains. They were all around. It was normal.
Right.
It was normal.
Awesome. And did you ever collaborate with any MCs or anything, or DJs that were memorable to you?
Well, I had an MC crew called Come Alive 5 MCs.
Talk to me about that. Come Alive 5 MCs.
Yeah,
Talk to me
yeah,
about
yeah.
that crew you were down with.
Yeah, we were from Hunts Point, Southern Boulevard, Hunts Point. And,
When did you start with them?
Maybe 1980, 81. Yeah, my DJ was Clark Gabriel, Baron Lopez, DJ Baron Lopez from Puerto Rico, which he's from the Bronx, Hunts Point. Kid Clyde, Kid Flash.
Those are the MCs?
Those are the DJs.
Okay, who were the MCs?
The MCs was Born, Kid Ski, Kid Love, and me, MC Wiz Kid, and it was Male. I don't know what name I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was one of our other MCs too.
Got it. So MC Wiz Kid and Jerry Mays, you went by both monikers.
At that time, I was MC Wiz Kid.
Got it. When did you get Jerry Mays?
I wanted to be a writer.
you wanted to do it all, bro.
That's it. Yeah.
All right, let's touch a little about the first time you kind of transitioned into writing. When was the first time you grabbed a marker?
I saw this stationery store on Longwood, which is still there, the income tax place. They were selling markers, and let me shout out my boy Jeff, because his father was at the store, rest in peace, but now they own the store now, and they've been there for forever. So yeah, I saw El Marcos, and I was like, wow, nice markers. Let me take one with me to school. and I picked up a marker, and the old markers are like this, about this small but nice,
Yeah.
the old school 78, 77, whatever. And I just like, you know what? Let me write on the wall. Let me write on the wall with this marker, you know. And at that time, I didn't really have a name, so I was trying to build a name, and so I started writing track 2, and then I started writing LJ. So you know, that was like my tags before I was Maze.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice. And is there anything else about your b-boying career you want to talk about? Your breaking career, dance career, something you want to highlight that we should know? Jerry Mace did this.
All right. Well, I've been doing this all my life. You know, I've been doing this since the robot, all the way to, you know, breaking and locking and popping, and you know, I do many dances. I'm a salsero too, so you know, anything you want to learn, I'm down to teach. You know, and I'm historical. You know, and I got music in my life, and this is what kept me alive, and this is how I've been living my life, because I could have been out in the streets, or I could have been in jail, but thank God I've never been there. I've never seen it. So yeah, music is a lifesaver to me. I did it all, and kept me busy and doing things that I love to do.
Awesome. Talk to me. You know, I'm looking at your shirt and your gear. Can we get a good shot of it right there? Amazing entertainment. You know, is where can we get those shirts, man?
Well, you know, I have them myself. You have to reach out to me. I'm actually, you know, doing little promotions for myself, and I want people to know that, you know, amazing entertainment is someone who's amazing, and somebody who's doing something for themselves, and somebody that's powerful, and you're proud of who you are and what you do, you know, and that's what I am, and my message is always the message that I give out is positive. You know, I don't have no negativity in my messages, and I'm a person that loves to dance, and people like to see me dance, and people like to watch me, and I love it. And I like to hear the outcome. And it's always, yo, bro, you're amazing. So I think, like, you know, so it kind of like fits me, you know, because people don't know that I'm right. People don't know that I write Maze.
Right.
And the name Maze comes from a puzzle. And the puzzle is that this guy is just, he just do so many things, and he doesn't know what he wants to do, but he does a lot of different things.
Got it. So Amazing Entertainment is not just a brand, is it a company? Do you...
It's me.
It's you.
Yeah, it's me. It's me. Amazing. Yeah.
Got it.
And the only reason you'll find out who I am if you look into my history.
Got it. And anything else you want to cover before we end the interview?
Oh, thank you for having me. And like I said, I'm born in the Bronx. I'm born and raised in the Bronx. I've been living the music life all my life. I do everything in music. I produce, I make music, I DJ, I sing, I rap, I write songs. I dance different styles. I dance many styles. Everything from the hustle to rock and b-boy and electric boogie. So, you know, I'm just proud of who I am, and I love to do what I do, and I just want people to know that don't let nothing stop you. You know, keep doing what you're doing, and you know, you might get a recognition, or you might get popular or whatever. And you know, don't be afraid. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it. You know, just follow what you love to do and make that your dream.
Got it. Now, what do you think about is it the National Hip Hop Museum?
I would say so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the one that's opening up here in the Bronx.
Okay.
What do you think about that? a museum encapsulating the genre, the history.
It's great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really do. I think we needed that, because we don't want other people to take it away from us.
Right.
And the people that's involved in that, I think they're doing a good job. And not everybody could get a piece of the history and could be in the museum, because everybody got their own history and everybody got their own story. So you can't get everybody's story in one place, because there's too many people that was involved with the history. And I would love to be in there. I think I fit in there as a piece of history. But like I said, there's a lot of people that were involved in this culture, and they got to get their recognition also. So
Got it.
yeah.
Now, last summer, they had the Paris 2024 Summer Olympics. Did you watch it?
Actually,
And what was your impression if you did watch it?
I tried to watch it, but I wasn't too. It didn't really. For me. It was not my culture. I'm not into the glorifying, the culture in another place.
Got it.
I think the culture belongs here in the Bronx, in New York, and it's more interesting to have my culture here, and I don't care for anywhere else, even though it's worldwide. I still think that we deserve the respect to give us our home base, what we deserve, where we the ones who created this. So I think that we need to be more respected. And like I said, hip hop was only made for the Bronx. It was not made for the world. And the reason why I say that is because we were struggling.
Got it. Got it. People have to understand the context of New York City in the 70s, where we were abandoned by our city, and left to our own devices to survive. That's for sure. It's a very touchy subject for a lot of people that grew up in that era.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And with that said, we like to ask one last question, during all of our interviews. What does the Bronx mean to you?
The Bronx mean to me is a life, is a fight of life. Staying alive. It's not knowing what's gonna happen tomorrow, because we done live in so much dangerous life. Like, we've been through it all. So our parents, us, our kids, and it's not an everyday. It's not an everyday where you're gonna. You can't be happy because you don't know what's gonna happen outside. So we live dangerously in the Bronx. So, I just think things need to get better. But we just gotta live our life the way it comes. And we just gotta be careful of what's going on.
Got it. Thank you so much, Jerry Mays, an amazing dancer,
Thank you.
an amazing writer,
Thank you.
and an amazing lover of hip hop,
Yes.
Bronxite,
Yes.
for the Bronx Hip Hop Oral History Project. Peace, brother.
Thank you. Peace. Peace to you. God bless.